Hi guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to find the derivative of sine of x. But before we begin, we need to know three important identities to help us in our way. Number one, the limit as x approaches 0 of cosine of x minus 1 over x is equal to 0. Number two, the limit as x approaches 0 of sine of x over x is equal to 1. And the third special identity is a trig identity. And it states that sine of a plus b is equal to sine of a cos b plus sine b cos a. Now these three will help us in our way to find this derivative of sine of x. Now that we got those out of the way, let's actually go on and find the derivative of sine of x. So the definition of a derivative, f prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Now, our function f is equal to sine of x. Now, when we take the function of something, we have to replace whatever is in the bracket to every x value. So that means this becomes sine of x plus h minus sine of x all over h. And we still write the limit as h approaches 0. Now, as we zoom into this area here, we can use our special trig identity that we discussed before. So it's saying that this becomes sine of something plus something, right? So we can use the identity sine x times cos h plus sine h times cos x minus sine x all over h, the limit as h approaches 0. Now we need to find a way to simplify this. The best way to simplify is to factor out the sine x. And in order to do that, let's just switch these two around. And we're allowed to do that. It's completely okay. Sine x times cos h minus sine x. Remember, we're bringing the sine x here, and we're putting this to the side. Over h plus sine h cos x over h. We're going to divide it into two fractions. Since they have a common denominator, we can split it up. Okay, so according to our identity, cosine, we can factor out a sine, right? And then we can use a special identity that we discussed earlier. So we factor out a sine and we get this. Now, is this not the same thing as this? So that, according to this identity, this part all goes to is equal to 0, right? And then we can split this up as well, times plus sine h over h times cos x. This is just basically over 1, so we don't have to write it. So h approaches 0. Now, sine times 0 is just 0, right? So the entire thing cancels out, basically. And according to this special identity, the limit as x approaches 0 of sine x over x is 1. So this entire thing is just equal to 1. So this becomes, on the top left corner here, sine x times 0 plus cos x. Sine times 0 becomes just 0, and we're left with cos x. Therefore, the derivative f prime of sine x is equal to cos x. Thank you for watching, and leave down any comments and suggestions.